Welcome to episode number 106, entitled Elevate Your Life with a Positive Approach. Now, 105, the episode before this, 105 was about how to wake up to a positive approach, with a positive approach. So this is going to be about how to continue your day in a more positive approach. My name is Gary Verheller, and I'll be your host for what we call the Substance of Living podcast. Today, we'll look at what we call life's lessons. And I hope this will provide you with some insight, maybe even some inspiration to life's challenges. Number one is changing negatives to positives. I've been doing this for the last, 50 years now. I've been focused on how can I take not or N apostrophe T out of my everyday language. Sometimes when you give a speech, not is very powerful. In fact, we suggest that you stress negatives, not, never, no, no one, nobody, nothing. That has power in a speech. In day-to-day life, my suggestion is take that out. Why? A negative, like not or N apostrophe T, tells you what is not instead of what is possible. So there's a three-step process. First, identify the verbs. Almost always not is attached to an auxiliary or a modal verb. Can, would, could, should, did, do, and not will be attached to that. So take the verbs and then create a question. So first, identify the verbs. Let's say the sentence is, I don't like winter. Okay, don't like. So do and like are the verbs. Modal verb, auxiliary verb, and the verb like. So you identify those first. Number two, you ask a question using those verbs. What do you like? In this case, what season do you like? I love summer. Now you've got a positive response. So some of the people that are the most positive people I've ever met in my life are astronauts and cosmonauts. I've been lucky enough to work with 7 of the Japanese astronauts. They are the most positive, can-do, solution-oriented, answer-focused people I've ever met in my entire life. In almost every interview, they're looking at what is, what can be, instead of what isn't. And that leads me to my next suggestion. So number one, take not and N apostrophe T out by identifying the verbs, asking yourself the question. And another example is, I couldn't finish the report. Could finish. How much have you finished? How much more time do you need? You're looking for solutions. You're looking for answers to life. Instead of, I can't, I couldn't, I haven't, I shouldn't, I wouldn't, I didn't. Get those out of your life and focus on what is and what can be. And what are the solutions? Talking about astronauts being very positive, very solution-oriented, very answer-focused. Surround yourself. My wife and I made a promise to ourselves that we would surround ourselves only with good people. And when we say only with good people, what do we mean, good people? We mean people that are hardworking, honest, loyal, intelligent. People, by the way they live their lives, inspire us to be better. Astronauts are an extraordinary example. But my good friend Bunga, who's helping make this, in fact, creating these videos, he's a positive person. He's a can-do person. My best friend Leon is a positive person, can-do person. So my suggestion is surround yourself with good people. And a way that you can go about determining if somebody that you meet, we always give a person 3 chances. Because let's understand something. We cannot control other people. We can't possibly, it's impossible for us to be responsible for other people's lives. We simply are, that's something that's simply uncontrollable. Only that person can control what that person says, what that person does. I have no control. So when somebody comes and meet the person and, well, I'm really having a tough time. Well, so what are you going to do? What are your solutions? Well, I don't know. Strike one. Well, what is it you want? What do you hope to do? Well, I can't think. Strike two. We'll help the person if they can. We'll ask for them. How can we help you? I don't know. Give a person 3 chances. And if they're still in that, stuck in the negative mode, well, we wish them well and we move on. So 2 things to help your life be a little more positive. Number 1, changing can't or an apostrophe T, taking that out of your language and putting in what is. I couldn't, what could you do? I wouldn't, what would you do? I haven't, what have you done? I didn't, what did you do? So identify the verbs, step 1. Step 2, ask yourself the question. Step 3, there's your positive statement, and that's how you can move forward in life. And then surround yourself with good people, because they will inspire you to find answers, to live your life. One of the things that I suggest when I meet with students from the Super Science High School project here in Japan that I've been teaching at for 21 years. They ask me to autograph their books and stuff. And one of the things I write is live your dreams. Live your dreams. And that is a positive thing. Live your dream. Only you can live your dreams. Only you can live your dreams. So live your dreams. And see if you can take not an apostrophe T out and surround yourselves with good people. They'll inspire you. Probably help you too. Thanks. Thank you for joining us today for the Substance of Living podcast. If you'd be kind enough to consider subscribing, you can contact us through Spotify or Apple Podcasts or connect on Twitter. Join us again next time for what I hope will help you navigate life.